Immigrant Nation, another week, another new episode. I am your host, Aaron Deliosa, and this is An Immigrant's Life podcast. An Immigrant's Life on all your social media. Thank you for joining us. Whether you are new here or a long-time listener, I appreciate you so much. It's DST here, Daylight Saving Time. I don't know wherever you're from if you do that. I never liked DST. I find it dumb. I find it like an old way that doesn't apply to us anymore. I don't really know the history of it. I think it's based on like farmers or something like that. Anyways, I find it dumb. And also, I found out that there's this sleep expert that I saw in Joe Rogan's podcast that apparently it causes heart attack. I don't know why can't we just take this off. I find it stupid and I find it waste of time, and I've never met anyone that likes it. Anyways, I'm rambling. Let's talk about the episode, shall we? Join us in welcoming today's guest, a compassionate registered nurse with a heartwarming story to share, emphasizing the power of storytelling and realizing her potential. After navigating a 5-year odyssey to immigrate to Canada, marked by challenges and growth from her transformative experience in Abu Dhabi to settling in Manitoba. She candidly discusses the hurdles she faced, including her struggle with stress-induced bulimia, and how she found solace through therapy and exercise. Through her poignant reflections on cultural assimilation and familial dynamics, she illuminates the complexities of immigrant life, offering insights to fellow immigrant nurses embarking on similar journeys. I know you'll enjoy listening to this episode as much as I enjoyed recording it with our guests, so let's dive in and explore her remarkable story, and let me get to the point. Without further ado, let's get into the show. Isa, dalawa, tatlo. Today's guest is a registered nurse that can cure you with her smile and can kill you with her eyes. Everyone, please welcome Love Tanada.
Thank you. Hi. Hi, everyone. And yeah, my name is Love Tanada, and I am from Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Oh, winter peg.
Yes.
How's the weather there?
Right now it's not that bad. -7, but it's snowing again.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's not that bad as compared to the previous weeks. Like
Oh, you have a
minus,
lot of snows?
yeah,
Hmm.
and it's cold, like -20.
It's Winnipeg. What are you talking
I know.
about?
But I mean,
By
can't
the
complain.
way, yeah. By the way, thank you for coming on the podcast. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you too.
And before we move on, why don't you tell the Immigrant Nation where they can reach you or if you want to promote anything?
Yeah, so I am mostly on Instagram and on TikTok. My name on Instagram is Love Tanada, and on TikTok, I think my name there is Miss Love Tan. And I also have a YouTube channel. I also post long videos there. It's also Love Tanada.
You have so many time in your hands, young lady.
I do.
Like you to make take the you are so prolific in posting videos, first of all, like creating content, and then you have a long form video on YouTube. I'm
Mhm.
like, girl, and then you are studying and working. I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, girl, I mean, where you find the time? Give me some.
Yeah, I don't know because I really enjoy posting videos and editing videos, and like through time you're getting used to it. Like the videos, that the reels that I post on Instagram, it only will take me like five less than five minutes to edit. And then because I already know what I'm doing, what I want. And then like the caption I already have in my notes or in my mind that, oh, I wanna post this. And I will immediately post it. I don't wait so much time before I post it. I don't even follow the best time to post, because if I wanna post something, I wanna post it right now.
Mhm. So why is it important for you to share your experiences or your life?
Oh, sorry. Um, because I feel like here in Canada, most especially, there are a lot of immigrants that are also coming from the Philippines and other nationalities. And I feel like, um, as for me, for example, for me, when I came here to Canada, I am by myself. So I've been living by myself for 5 years here. And it's just like nice to be, to know someone who has the same experience, like, oh, this girl went to Canada by herself and she's thriving. And then like I also like to help people, like especially the nurses who wants to become a nurse here in Canada. And like because there's also a lot of people who have helped me here in Canada. So I just like want to pay back, pay
Oh,
forward.
of course. Do you get
Yeah.
hate?
I do. But I realize that the hate are coming from people who are ignorant. Like they don't know what they're talking about. And if you check their social media, there's nothing on it. So it's just like they're just like hateful because they don't have anything going on in their life. But they're just like very few people. And there's a lot of people, especially Filipinos, immigrant nurses like me, or nurses who are still in the Philippines or other country that is as that are aspiring to come here to Canada. They are very inspired, and they will message me, how did you get there, and then like what reviewers did you use to pass this test, blah blah blah, the English test. So that those things I mostly post on YouTube. How I, for example, if I take this one particular exam, I will immediately post what helped me so that people like me will know what's the okay, maybe this step will help them.
Ah,
Yeah.
the steps is stop drinking, stop going out with your boyfriend, and study. That's what it is.
No.
It's so basic, you know? No, for
Yeah.
sure. By the way, uh, offline, we're talking about where you're from back home, and you said you're from Lucena City, which is a beautiful city. I heard, I haven't been. I've been to Quezon, but I've never been to Lucena. Were you a nurse in Lucena?
I was a nurse in Lucena City for 4 years as a medical surgical nurse. And then after that, I got an opportunity to work in Abu Dhabi for 3 years. So after 4 years in the Philippines, I moved to Abu Dhabi to as an OFW for 3 years. So I worked there as a home care nurse. And then since I was in the Philippines, I already hadn't applied here in Canada. So it took my application 5 years because of there's a lot of delays.
What was the delays?
Like they said that they don't need nurses at that moment, or and there's also one time that I forgot to sign a paper.
My guy.
I know.
It's horrible. You miss one line and you're gonna wait
Yeah.
for 6 months.
Uh-huh. But I realized that that 5 years of waiting was really a blessing in disguise, because like when I moved to Abu Dhabi, I experienced a lot of things in life, because like back home, I was with my parents. My parents is just giving me whatever I want. But
Spoiled brat.
when I moved to Abu Dhabi, I experienced a lot of things, like adult things that I needed to experience to so I am equipped when I move here to Canada. So it's not like I'm shocked, culture shocked, or anything like that. I'm fully prepared.
Do you mind sharing those adult things that you experience?
Oh, like there was this moment that it was those crab mentality. Like people will try to bring you down because they see something in you, and then like that's when I realized that sometimes you cannot trust anyone but yourself. And that was my biggest lesson when I first time moved in another country, that there are a lot of people that you will meet, but you have to be able to trust yourself more, and like to always depend on yourself, like, and in any situation, in any decisions that you're gonna make. So yeah, I was so shocked there, like it was like my coworker that was trying to say something bad about me to the client, to the patient, and I was like, I did not do that. Why are, and then like the good thing is like there's like other nationality who's defending me, like, and then I was like, why are these people doing this kind of stuff, like for them to look good? And I
They're
was like,
insecure.
yeah, because like for me, like I'm very bubbly, I'm very energetic, I'm very happy, so I thought that everyone is my friend. And then that's when I realized now, oh, you have to really choose. Not everyone is has the same heart as you. So you have to be very careful. I mean, not it's not that you have to avoid people, but it's just like you have to really be careful on reading people. Yeah.
Yeah, who you trust and who
Who you
you are
trust.
willing to,
Mhm.
talk to. How did that affect your trust towards others? Like, do you still suffer from like trust issues?
Yeah, I do. But what lesson I learned there is that I really have to be very picky, or I have to really know a person before I trust. Like especially sharing your personal information, because you cannot share to everyone about yourself. You have to be very careful, especially sharing your plans, your dreams to other people. That was also the biggest lesson, because I believe in evil eye, you know. Yeah, so but that helped me to, like, when I meet people and I feel like, okay, I like this person, but I have to step back and then like analyze myself to like, can I trust this person, or is this relationship, friendship, or gonna work? And I learned how to stay away from people who's not aligned with my future goals. Like those people who are not, like, those people that are only gonna party every weekend. Like that's not aligned with my plans, that I want to save money, I want to invest for my future, right? So I'm it doesn't mean that I have to cut them off, but I have to um limit my interaction with those people.
Yeah, I you see that on the internet saying like, oh, cut people off. It's like, not really, like minimize but not cut.
Yeah.
I have friends back like when I was young. It's like they're terrible and awesome at the same time. Like they're
Mm-mm.
awesome. Just when they start becoming terrible, then you just back out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? When you were in Abu Dhabi, how was your experience there living in is it an Arab country or
It's an Arab country, yeah. It's an Arab
did you have
country.
to wear hijab or like?
Not really, because Abu Dhabi, it's like Dubai, so it's like an open city. They're not really that strict. But you have to dress modestly. Yeah.
Did you date anyone there?
I had my ex fiance there.
Ex. I thought you were gonna say ex boyfriend, and you just went up. Ex.
Yeah.
What happened? Do you mind me talking?
But it just didn't work because of the future plans.
Yeah, he wants to party. You want to do important things.
No, I want to stay here in Canada. He wants to go back to the Philippines.
Yeah. No. Bye.
Yeah.
Was he well to do in the Philippines, or he just lazy?
No, he just he's good at money, but he's just like wants to live in the Philippines. But it's just for me that I work hard to go here. Like ever since I graduated from nursing school, I really want to go here. So it's just that you cannot bring me back to the Philippines. Not that I don't want the Philippines, but it's just like I decided to move to another country because Philippines feels so small to me at that moment.
Yeah, you're a very driven individual. You know,
Yeah.
they cannot cage you there. Again, I love the Philippines too, trust me, but you know,
Yeah.
we have plans, and unfortunately, our last name is not Ayala, you know?
Yeah. That's true.
We're not rich.
Yes.
Did you grow up rich or you guys okay? What
No,
was your
just okay. Just okay.
what did mom and dad do for a living?
So both of them work in a regional trial court. I think just near that picture that you yeah, they both work in a trial court.
Like administration or the judges?
Um, my mother was a secretary of a lawyer, and my father, I think he was. I was so young, I don't know what they do. I think my father was a clerk.
Okay.
Yeah,
Who pushed you to go nursing?
actually, no one. It's just that oh no, no, no. I'm lying. My I have distant relatives here in Canada, and my cousin is also a nurse here, and it's just like, oh, you have to go to nursing so you can go to Canada and earn a lot of money. So that's what they said. So
Okay.
that's what I did.
But did you want to be a nurse or you just like for
When I was studying nursing back home, I was just like doing it because my relatives, my mom wants me to go to Canada. But when I graduated and when I started working as a nurse, it changed. Like, oh, I really want nursing because I love taking care of people. And it became more to me that I really want to become a nurse when my father died. So
sorry to hear
it's
that?
like for me that oh I made a promise to my father that I'm because for me when I was still graduating in college and he was sick from diabetes, it's just like I feel like I haven't take good care of him because I don't have the knowledge that I have now. So when he died, I made a promise to myself that I'm gonna be a good nurse and I'm gonna take care of sick people and I'm gonna build a dialysis center in the Philippines because when my father was having his dialysis, um, we don't have a slot. And I was like, why is this happening? Like, we have to wait for someone to die for my father to have a slot in dialysis machine. And I was like, I'm gonna work hard, and then when I become rich, I'm gonna have a dialysis center.
That's beautiful. That's very kind of you to think that.
Yeah,
How
it
much
was
did your dad influence you?
a lot. I'm his favorite daughter. He just loved me so much. Yeah,
When he passed, you were in the Philippines?
I was in the Philippines.
Okay. And that's what really gave you the fire to like
Mhm.
do something. It took you 5 years to go to Canada. You have to go to Abu Dhabi. Had to go through all those struggles. What kept you going?
It's just like I feel for myself that I have a lot of potential. And it always stuck to me that if I'm not gonna do whatever that I wanted to do with my life, it's just gonna be a waste of a life. And that's why I'm always out there. I was always my friends will always tell me, you're always busy, you're always have something to do because like I don't want to waste my life.
Of course, yeah.
I don't want to be just at home, stuck watching TV, feeling lonely. So I always want to go out and explore a lot of things, try new things. and because I feel to myself that I have a lot of potential.
Yeah, you do. And, you're obviously showing it. You're crushing everything that you tackle.
Mhm.
But was there, how do you relax? Like, do you just go for walks or how do you do it?
Gym.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, in the morning, I see your post. I'm like, girl, I'm gonna go harder.
Yeah.
I saw your post I think it was this morning. You're like doing squats. I'm like, I was gonna do squat this morning. Like, girl,
Oh,
I'm gonna go too. Get out of
yeah.
here. I love it.
It's nice.
I'm sure you didn't go to a gym in the Philippines. How did you end up going to a gym?
When I was in Abu Dhabi, I always wanna just go for a run. So yeah, like every during my off days, I go for a run. And then when I came here to Canada, um, I did kickboxing, and then I enjoy it. And then after pandemic, there's a gym near my place that was just opened, like newly opened gym, The Good Life. And I said, I just like go there and can I have a tour? And then I I enrolled. I don't have any idea about the gym because I was used to doing kickboxing. And then since I was so intimidated, I hired a personal trainer to just make me. I want to make I want to feel comfortable at the gym so that I can enjoy it because I'm paying for it. And then I become addicted to it.
Yeah, it is addictive. Do you go every day? What's your schedule?
Right now I go like lifting weights 3 times a week because I'm busy with school and work. But before I usually go 5 to 6 times a day.
Let's go, girl.
5 to 6 times a week, I mean.
That's amazing. Well, I work out in my basement.
Ah,
I don't
okay.
go to the gym. I don't like the gym.
Oh, you did it.
No,
You don't
I always,
like.
like, even in the Philippines, I used to go. It's
Uh-huh.
alright. And then I went here. I wasn't comfortable. I
Oh,
don't like people. Wait, I love people, but like in a certain amount.
you're an introvert.
Very, people say, like, okay, I have a switch in my brain that I could switch anytime I need to do.
Ah, okay.
Like if it's like just whatever basic, I prefer to be introvert. But if it's a
Mhm.
party or it's a social gathering, I switch
Yeah.
click that switch and I'm go. You know. But then it's like I have a battery that like a social battery that I
Yeah.
can use up. Once that drained, I am out for 2 weeks. But yeah, but do you do other things? Like do you still run or jog or?
I just do during winter, I just do treadmill when I'm not at the gym. And I do boxing and kickboxing too sometimes. And I also tried Muay Thai. And yeah, but during summer I go for bike, run too. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
try to be
awesome.
active.
What challenges did you face during the process of becoming a nurse in Canada?
Um, Especially here in Manitoba because it's a different process. I think here in Manitoba has the most difficult process of becoming a nurse because the other provinces they already like changed their process. Like it's not as extreme as here in Manitoba. But for me, I guess going back to school again has been a very big challenge, especially if it comes to my ego, because it's just like, hey, I've been a nurse in the Philippines, I've been a nurse in Abu Dhabi. Why do I have to go back to school again? But then I realized that it's a different culture still. And like I've been away from the hospital setting for a long time. And then like this course, going back to school is like a refresher for me so that when I became when I become a nurse eventually, like by the end of this year, I am more confident that hey, I went back to school. I have like my knowledge in hospital setting is fresh again. So it was a challenge, but I just like think about it like it's gonna help me more to protect my license too as a nurse when when I'm a nurse already.
So right now, are you? What's your status? Like, are you a nurse or what do you do for a living?
I work in an eye clinic, an ophthalmology
Okay.
clinic.
Okay.
But it's just like casually. I am a full-time student. I am in my last term of school, and by August, I'm gonna finish everything. So by August, I'll be a nurse here in
Let's
my
get it. Let's get it.
yeah.
Well, I'm excited for you. That'll be
Thank you.
amazing.
Thank you.
When you're a nurse, do you study dead bodies?
No, no.
Okay, all right. But how do you practice? Like, I don't know, like to know how to put a syringe or something.
Like at school, like we have like this mannequins that we practice, and then like watching videos, and like for us, we already have experience as a nurse, so like it's just like a refresher because we already encountered like in the actual scenario that
Okay.
hurting IV, those kind of stuff.
So you when you came to Canada, you usually immigrants they don't really you're a nurse, but
Mm-mm.
you're not a nurse in Canada.
Yes.
Usually
Uh-huh.
they'll take like survival work.
Yes.
Did you take anything or you just
So that was my my previous job. When I got here to Canada, um, I already made connections with people. So this person, my friend, helped me to got in this clinic here, an eye clinic. So since I got here for 5 years, I've been working in that with that doctor, and then that it's also like that's what they are saying, like survival jobs, like, and that's what I've been telling to nurses who wants to go here, that if you're looking for a job like a survival job, make sure that it's still like in the medical field, so it's just like a practice for you when you become a nurse.
yeah, it's connected to what you're trying
It's
to achieve.
connected, yeah, so it's not gonna get you too far from nursing. Like for example, like being a healthcare aide, that's your survival job. Like it's a big help because you're still in the clinical setting.
Yeah. Don't be a
Yeah.
nurse and then you're doing like factory work.
As much as possible, like try to apply to at least medical field still.
Yeah, that makes so much sense. How do you navigate cultural differences while providing care to your patients?
Um, I guess like since I've been exposed to other culture, I just like what do you call this? I am just used to just adjusting and like respecting other cultures' culture. Yeah,
Yeah, just be respectful and understanding
yeah,
of how they are. Sometimes it's even like the little things, like the way they speak.
mm-mm.
Some culture they speak so aggressive, but
Yeah,
they're not mad. They just that's how they speak, or they're very they challenge you all the time.
mm-hmm.
Because in Filipino culture we're very like easygoing.
Yeah,
And we're
mm-hmm.
like, oh, you wanna go to the left? All right, go to the left. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but yeah, that's a great answer. I saw one of your posts that you said you have bulimia.
Yeah.
How are you dealing with that? Are you good now or?
I am managing it well now. I didn't realize that I have that condition since because I feel like it started when I was in Abu Dhabi. Because I feel like since I was away from home, like that was my coping mechanism to eat a lot, to binge, and then I will feel guilty, and then I will try to vomit.
No.
Yeah. I didn't realize. I thought it was just like normal. Okay, I eat a lot. I'm gonna remove them by trying to purge to induce vomiting. And then I realized when after pandemic here in Canada, it's becoming more and more frequently. And I got scared because like this is not normal anymore because I am trying to cope with stress by eating a lot, like binge eating. And then um I will feel guilty that I ate a lot because I can eat the whole bag of chips if I feel so stressed. Or I can really eat a lot. And I will feel guilty because I'm working out. Like this is not this is not right. And so I tried going to therapy too. And they told me that because I am used to using food as my coping mechanism, and I don't have any other idea how to what to use if I'm stressed, if I'm emotionally overwhelmed. So they taught me how to what are the things that I can do to manage my stress, to manage my emotion. And that's a problem too when you're living by yourself. Like you don't have anyone to talk to. And like sometimes you don't wanna because I'm this person that I don't wanna bother my friends sometimes, like my from like sharing venting out my problems. So I just like will try to eat a lot. And I was managing my stress so bad. And that's why I also benefited from having a personal trainer who will be my accountability partner from my eating, like and yeah, the therapy also helped that. And to like she gave me the list of things that I can do to manage my stress, and it really helped.
I'm glad to hear that. But I want to know, like, what made you think to stick your finger down your throat to make you vomit? Like, I mean, of course, it's a mental disorder, but I just want to understand, like, what's the step process? You know, like you just, oh, you know what? I ate too much. I'm gonna make myself vomit, and then you felt good somehow, and then you just continue doing it.
No, I will eat a lot that I will be having difficulty to breathe. Like I'm so full. And it was not normal because it's been happening like twice a week, thrice a week. And I mean because like overeating for once in a while is okay. But for me it's becoming more and more frequent. So I got scared like what if something happens to me and I'm living by myself?
Yeah, for sure. Who suggested therapy?
No one. I did.
You said you're like, I need help here.
I need help, yeah. I it's just like becoming more aware of yourself, like there is something wrong and you cannot blame anyone in your life, you cannot blame your situation, you have to be actively like I have to do something, there is something wrong with me, I have to fix this. Because yeah.
That's very brave of you.
Thank you.
Does your parent knows that you go to therapy?
They did. My mom do, but you know, in the Philippines, they don't really know.
Ah, why are you
They
talking to
just think,
someone? Just push those feelings down till you die.
uh-huh. And I understand, like they just didn't know. And the thing about social media right now, TikTok, there's a lot of therapists that will share. So I got an idea from that too.
Yeah, understand. Do you still go regularly?
Now, no, because
Yeah,
I
okay.
think I'm managing myself well through meditation, prayers, journaling.
Yeah, that's amazing. How do you think your experience with bulimia has influenced your approach to healthcare or nursing practice?
I think it's just of like a lot of people are unaware of themselves, that like for example, I know a lot of patient has been suffering from diseases that can be preventable by healthy eating, exercise. And it's just like more of being aware of your health. Like for me, the bulimia, it's totally gonna ruin all of my progress. Like it's gonna totally ruin my mindset and everything. So yeah, it's just like more of being like taking care of your health, taking care of yourself.
I want to touch back to you what you said earlier, saying that you're living alone, you don't want to bother your friends, you don't want to rant or When I went to therapy, the way we approached this with my therapist was I look at it like carrying a cross. Everyone carries a cross, different sizes, length, or whatever. And it's like giving the cross to your friend. And once
Mm-mm.
in a while, the friend's like, yo, I got this for now. You rest. Because one day I'm going to need you to carry my cross.
Mm-mm.
And I'm going to carry it for you. And have you been working on that, sharing to your friends your cross? Or you just like pushing it away?
You know, I'm having a hard time with that. And yeah, like what you said, like everyone is carrying their own cross. And whenever I'm with my friends, they're the ones who's sharing their problem. And I think like, oh, this is not the right time for me to vent out. I want to listen to them first. And that's why like for me, having like journaling really helps. And then praying, because that's where I vent out.
God will be like, come on, Gara. You got to say thank you to me, not vent to me, man.
Yeah.
Do you find it as a weakness, venting?
um I think like I don't know, it's just like in my head, like I am venting out, but I already know what to do. Like like what is the purpose of me venting out? But I feel like it's weakness, that or I feel like it's part of my trauma. that that
Yeah,
yeah.
I see that because you with what happened with you in Abu Dhabi and whatever else that you don't want to you don't want to trust anyone, you don't want to
Yeah.
rely on anyone. Being independent woman, it becomes like it swings to the extreme that like
Mhm.
you don't no, I'm keeping it to myself because I might get hurt.
Mhm.
That's why you're still single.
I feel so.
I'm joking.
I feel yeah. Hyper independence.
Hyper independence, it's not
It's a
good.
sign of trauma. It's a sign of trauma. That's what they said.
It is. It is. You don't
Yeah.
want to share. You don't want to. You don't
Mm.
want to trust anyone fully. Speaking of trusting someone, you mentioned that you broke up with your ex. You're good with her now. You have healed.
That was the first time I went to therapy. Like, what is wrong with me? And it's just like but now I see it as like good thing that it did not happen, because I remember that time when I was just ready to settle, and like dream of becoming a nurse here was not there. And then when we broke up, like that's where when I took all the tests that I want to become a nurse, I wanted to achieve more. So I think it's a blessing in disguise that it did not happen, because I was still meant to do more.
Yes,
You know,
yeah.
I
I
just
love
like
that.
switch my mindset, like okay, it did not work because there's something else, like there's more plans.
Hell yeah, for sure. You're a Canadian citizen now, right?
Yes.
With the trend of immigrants leaving Canada, have you ever considered leaving, or you think Canada's home?
Canada's home. I never, because since college, like I never looked anywhere, even US, even UK. I just want Canada. I don't know. It's just like I feel it that this is my home.
Or did you see a movie that you're like, oh, I love Canada?
Nothing really. It's just like I want Canada. I'll go there, and then that's all.
That's it. Yeah, that's amazing, man. Like I said to you earlier, like I love people like you. Like you guys makes me feel weak, and inspired as well on the other side because like to leave your family, to leave whatever else you know and everyone you know to go somewhere and live by yourself, my guy, I'm dead. I'm sure there were times that was hard. Darkness comes in, settles in, you question your decision. What kept you going?
I feel like what keeps me going is that I always have this future life that I want for myself. Like I know that the journey is gonna be hard, it's up and down, but I'm not gonna, like I've been through a lot in life, and like anything that happens is nothing now. So it's just like I have a goal in my mind. I have the life that I want in the future. I have the goal for my future family, for my future kids. And what's keep me going, because if I stop, what's gonna happen to that goal? Right?
Hmm.
And it's just like for me that I feel like I was able to keep going here because I love discomfort. I don't like being comfortable, because being comfortable, it means that you're not growing. So any challenges, oh, come, come.
I love it. I love
I
it.
can
So
do it. I can do it.
speaking of challenges, what did year did you move to Canada?
2018,
2018.
July 18. That was my father's birthday.
Oh, that's amazing. How did the pandemic affect you personally and professionally?
To be honest, it's just like nothing. I mean, professionally, because I still work in the healthcare, but it's just like personally, um, I don't really go out that much with friends. So, and during that time, I was studying for my NCLEX. So I just like on my own bubble, like whatever is going on in the world, I have to focus still on my goal. So that's when I passed my NCLEX exam. I was studying for 6 months during pandemic, and then took the exam. My exam was rescheduled a couple of times because of pandemic. And thank God that I was still working that time, because I was working in a healthcare. And thank God also that I was healthy during that time, and my family and my friends. So um yeah, it really did not affect me a lot, because I was just in my own bubble.
Do you have a plan of bringing mom to Canada or?
Actually, her application is ongoing as a PR.
Ah, good
Yeah.
luck.
But she just want to visit me here, but she doesn't want to stay here.
I don't blame her, especially winter.
Yeah.
6 months good, sees you, give kisses and whatnot, and then go
Yeah.
home.
She just want to see what's in Canada.
I love that. So gangster. Like, you know what? This is hardship. You got this. I'm going back home.
Hmm.
What do you find most rewarding about being in healthcare?
The most rewarding is that when patients are happy for your care, for your service, like that feeling of they are feeling when coming to our clinic, they are very happy because you are happy, you're taking care of them, you are, you know you're just like, I'm just like happy seeing older people, because I work in an ophthalmology, so we see patients with problems with their vision. And I just love old people. So it's very rewarding for me. Um, just to take care of them, like to see them happy, to see them that they're enjoying their experience in the clinic for because like the clinic here, the waiting times are so long, like 2 3 hours.
For your eye clinic?
Yes,
Is
not
it
the
a private or public?
it's because my the doctors that I work with are eye surgeons, so they are
Ah,
specialists.
okay.
So especially my doctor, he is a retinal specialist, and there's only like 4 retinal specialists in the province, so we see a lot of patients.
So you're gonna be a doctor someday too, or what's going on?
I was thinking of becoming a nurse practitioner, but we will see. One step at a time.
Of course, but it could happen, right?
Mhm.
What advice would you give to other immigrant nurses starting their careers in Canada?
So this is what I always say to nurses who wants to come here to Canada, or who are starting here to Canada, that it's not gonna be easy, especially the first 1 year. You're gonna feel lonely, you're gonna feel homesick, and then you're gonna regret your decisions. Why did I come here? Because it's not easy. Especially coming here to Canada, you're not yet your profession. You're not yet a nurse, and you're gonna spend a lot of time studying. You're gonna spend a lot of money to process your license. But I always say to them that always have a goal in mind, that whatever is going to happen during the journey of you becoming a nurse here to Canada, or getting your dream life here to Canada, always have the goal in mind, and always like just enjoy the journey, just enjoy, like be blessed that you're here in Canada, because um not a lot of people, like not a lot of Filipino nurses in the Philippines what's are able to come here. And just being here to Canada, just being able to land here is already a blessing, and just be grateful, and always think that everything happens for a reason. You're just gonna not gonna see it right now, but when you look back, you're gonna see why it happened. So, just have like that mindset of, you cannot be positive every single time, but try to see good in any situation, because God has a purpose for everything that's happening, right?
Of
So
course.
yeah,
Do you still go to church?
I do.
You
Uh,
do. What time? What?
Not
Where? How?
regular, not regularly, but I try to. But what I do regularly is that every morning I pray. Like that's my routine. Like the moment I wake up, I say thank you that I'm alive. I'm grateful for that.
Do you pray the regular? I mean the traditional way, or
I
you do
just
you?
pray like my just just talking to God, like my personal relationship with God. Like, good morning, God. Thank you for waking me up today. Like, I am so grateful. I'm so blessed.
He didn't wake you up. It's the alarm clock.
Yeah, what's the alarm? Or my cat. My cat always wakes me up.
Oh my god. That's why I don't have pets.
Ah!
I don't want to be waking up. But yes, my alarm clock wakes me up. What time do you wake up usually? Early?
Around 5 to 6.
5, 6. Then do the thing, and then you go to the gym, or
In the morning I study first. Um, and then go to school, or go to, if I don't have work or school, I go to the gym. Yeah, I am more productive in the morning, so that's why, if I that's what as soon as I wake up, I do all the tasks that I need to do. And in the afternoon or evening, that's when I do my social media.
you just chill
Yeah.
and then eat a lot and then vomit.
Not anymore.
I'm happy for you. Yeah, that is when yeah I saw that I'm like, yo man, that is extreme. I obviously it's a disorder, but in the Philippines, did you have any like inkling that you do that or you would do it?
In the Philippines, no, I don't remember. But I just love food.
Everyone loves food.
Yeah, but I remember I did not do that in the Philippines. It all started when I was in Abu Dhabi.
How's your diet? Do you eat well now? Do you follow a
I
regular?
I follow a meal plan from my trainer. So it's mostly like protein for muscle.
Muscle mommy?
Yeah. And I try to eat more of vegetables and fruits. Yeah.
How about your social life? How
Social
you?
life, for me, right now I can say that all of the I have few friends and I can say that they are the quality friends right now that I have because I learned how to choose.
Yeah,
And
especially with.
I attract the people that I want in my life because I've prayed for that. I manifested for that. So I'm so blessed that the friends that I have now are the supportive ones.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like attracting quality friends, because if you're doing quality things like gym, journaling, traveling, whatever else, like if someone's lazy, they're like they're gonna be tired just looking at your life, you know.
That's true.
But yeah, like your friends, are they uh, a mix of different ethnicities or Filipinos only?
Yes. Mix, but mostly are Filipinos.
Yeah. So mixed, but most like the ones that you're really close to, are they Filipinos?
Um, Filipinos, yeah. Eh, yeah, Filipinos.
Do you ever think of like, oh, I need to socialize with other ethnicities so I can learn other culture, or you just like you're cool?
I'm not really. Um, because I feel like I have acquaintances of other culture and I guess I I am good with like the culture thing and I think I don't have problem with that and it's just like different when you're talking to your Filipino friends because it's in Tagalog. It's
Yeah,
easier.
it's easier, and there's no translation in a sense of like jokes or
Yeah.
like nuances.
Uh-huh.
I completely understand that. That's why I don't I don't have much. Do I have a Filipino friend? I don't even have a Filipino friend actually. I mean, I have acquaintances, but I don't have a Filipino friend, but I
Oh,
completely understand. That's why when I see a Filipino, I'll try to practice my Tagalog. But
you're not that fluent in Tagalog anymore.
oh, I am. It's just I am. It's just sometimes I have the tendency to speak English more. Even when I was in the
Me too.
Philippines,
Mm-mm.
even when I was in the Philippines, when I was younger, I always tend to speak English,
Mm-mm.
but I love speaking Tagalog. If I can string sentences together, I will enjoy it. And of course, I still have the accent because I kept it. I decided to keep it.
Mm-mm.
And you always loved speaking English.
No, I wasn't fluent. Like when I come here on my first job, like in my job, I I wasn't confident speaking in English. Cannot even like have a conversation in English.
Yeah, I
No,
understand.
I wasn't confident. I was conscious because Filipinos we translate.
Everyone has it. They have to translate it. Even I myself can still translate it.
Mhm.
Well, I'm better now, I guess. But yes, I understand. Like, I actually like translating it back. That's what I like from English to Tagalog.
Uh,
Because sometimes I'll be talking to my mom and I'll be like, "What's the Tagalog word for that word?" And then she'll say like, "That word." I love that word. Like, so August, you're gonna pass your exam, which we're gonna. Is there like a board exam after?
no, for me, I don't have to take the NCLEX because I already have it. So it's just like registration. After my practicum, I'm just gonna register as a nurse. So and then I'm good to go.
And then
Mhm.
after graduating, you're gonna finally find a man to marry, or what's going on?
I'm open, but I'm open. I'm very open to meeting people, to meeting a guy, but it's just like I don't want to um to become it my priority that I should be looking for men, blah blah blah, at my age, because the pressure. You're 35 and you're still single, so what?
So, bye. I
I don't
got
want
things
to
to do.
settle.
I like that. That's good. Good for you. Not don't be like, a lot of Filipinos they settle. Like, oh, I just need someone to be with, and I'm gonna get this guy who doesn't work and beat me up and drinks all the time.
Yeah.
You know, but that's a good thing, of course. Are you
Mhm.
planning of moving somewhere else after you become nurse? Like
Mm,
I'm talking province wise.
For me, not really. I still want to like stay here in Manitoba.
It's cold.
It's okay.
Toronto's beautiful, expensive but beautiful.
Yeah.
How was your first winter in Canada?
Oh my God. I will never forget that first snow. I was doing my training in a healthcare facility, and so there's nurses, like Manitoban nurses, and the patients, and then they said, "Oh, it's snowing outside," and then like I run, I took video.
What a
I
nerd.
was like, "What? I'm a new immigrant."
Did you taste it?
No.
Come on, you
I
gotta. I
haven't
did.
even I did the angel thing.
Oh, you did. To be honest, I haven't done that ever. Oh no,
You should.
I think I've done it, but that no. But I remember I was tasting it. The first time it snowed,
Uh,
I stuck my tongue out, and I was like, tastes like water.
it's water. It's ice.
Do you like snow or do you hate it now?
I like the snow, but I don't like the cold.
Yeah,
I it's so aesthetic, the snow.
yeah. I understand that. Like I don't mind the snow. It's the stupid that chilling wind that
Yes,
goes
yes.
to your bones.
Yeah.
I hate that too.
Yes.
But like I always say, it's when I'm clearing out my car and it's cold and it's snowing and whatever else. I always say, poverty or this.
Yes.
It's always this. You know, that's my mantra.
That's a good mindset.
Yeah. Hey, I grew up poor in the
Yes.
Philippines, so I know how hard it was. I'm like, hey,
Yes.
this is
Mm-mm.
always good.
Yes.
You know, since you're in the healthcare world, a lot of Canadians are complaining about our healthcare system. Do you still think that our healthcare system is still world class, or do you think there's a lot of things that we need to fix?
There's a lot of things that are needed to be fixed. Especially that's what I was telling you, especially in my experience in the clinic that I work with. The waiting times are so long, and it's just like we needed more doctors, we needed more facility to do those procedures, and like imagining like there's only four retina specialists in the province of all the older people that needed the procedure, that needed that injection, that needed that treatment. And it's just like so painful to see like older people waiting for 3 4 hours just to see the doctor for less than 5 minutes. And yeah, I think there's a lot of, and also like nurses, I feel like hospitals still need more nurses. And there are a lot of internationally educated nurses in the province, but they don't want to process their license because you have to go back to school, like all those requirements. And not everyone is in the same situation as me, that I don't have I don't have a kid to take care of. I don't have a family to take care of. So like for me, I can just focus on myself, right? But other other nurses, international nurses here, they cannot afford to do that. They have to keep working to provide for their family, right? So it's just like there's in any aspects of the healthcare system here in Canada. I mean, yeah, it's like we don't have to pay because it's we're paying for taxes, right? Like the healthcare system here, but it's just like I think there's still a lot of improvement that are needed to be done in a healthcare system. Yeah.
That's well said. Listen, love, I think we're there. But before we close out, do you have anything to say or any last remark would you like to share?
Yeah. So since I am like advocating, not advocating, it's just like I am like any immigrant, Filipino, especially Filipino immigrant that comes to me and asks for my help, asks for um my my opinions, my tips. Like I am so willing to do that, and it's just like those immigrants, Filipino, especially Filipino nurses, immigrants, like just keep going. Like if you wanted to become a nurse here, just keep going. It's I feel like it's worth it, and just don't stay in like just don't be comfortable. Oh, I'm already like working um in this work, like, but oh, I cannot do nursing now, blah blah blah. Like there's still way, like if you really wanted to push your career to still become a nurse here in Canada. Like do it, if you really want it, if yeah, I mean, yeah, just keep going. Keep going.
Wise words from a wise woman. Again, love, thank you so much for coming to the podcast. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you too for inviting me.
Sure. Have a good evening.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Again, love, thank you for coming on the podcast. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, listeners, for listening. This is Aaron Del Yosa for An Immigrant's Life. I'll see you guys later.